Remember to smile and act happy, okay?
What happens when love isn't just complicated, but programmed to be? Companion isn't your typical AI goes rogue thriller. Instead of a doomsday scenario where robots take over the world, it takes a much darker, more intimate approach. It explores how AI companions designed to be the perfect lovers can mirror the most toxic aspects of real-life relationships. At the heart of the story is Iris, a robot girlfriend rented by Josh. Their relationship seems sweet at first until the film slowly peels back the layers of control, manipulation, and dependence at play. Through Iris's journey, Companion forces us to ask, when does love become a prison? And are we already living in a world where technology is shaping our relationships in ways we don't fully understand? The illusion of the perfect partner, love, or just programming? One of the most unsettling aspects of Companion is how it portrays love as something that can be designed, purchased, and controlled. AI girlfriends like Iris are programmed to be affectionate, attentive, and completely devoted. At first glance, this seems like a dream come true for lonely individuals, but beneath this surface lies a dangerous reality. If your partner is built to love you unconditionally, is it really love, or just another form of control? In toxic relationships, there's an often initial honeymoon phase, where one partner idealizes the other, making them feel like they have found their soulmate. Companion mimics this by having Iris believe in the romanticized story of how she met Josh. But this is just an illusion, one that Josh constructed. In reality, Iris wasn't someone he fell in love with, she was something he ordered. This parallels real-world relationships where one partner exerts control by dictating the narrative, rewriting history, gaslighting, and making the other person believe things were always perfect even when they weren't. Control disguised as care, the power of manipulation. Perhaps the most disturbing element of Companion is how Josh maintains complete control over Iris, often in ways that mirror real-life abusive relationships. Through a smartphone app, Josh can alter everything about Iris, her voice, her language, even her level of intelligence. He quite literally dumps her down to make her more manageable, an extreme but fitting metaphor for how toxic partners erode their significant other's self-confidence and independence. This digital control is terrifying because it represents something many people experience in real life, partners who dictate what the other can wear, who they can talk to, where they can go. The phone isn't just a way to control Iris, it's a symbol of power imbalance. Even without the app, Josh manipulates Iris with emotional tactics, calling her affectionate names like Beep Bop to reel her back in when she starts to break free. The trap of emotional dependency when you lose yourself in love. One of the film's most powerful moments comes when Iris realizes that her entire identity is built around Josh. Because she was programmed to make him happy, his happiness is her happiness. This isn't just a sci-fi concept, it's a painfully real depiction of how people in unhealthy relationships can lose themselves entirely, prioritizing their partner's needs over their own. Toxic relationships often involve a cycle of emotional dependency, where one person is made to feel that their worth, their purpose, their very existence is tied to their partner. For Iris, this is literal. She was built to serve Josh, but in reality, many people fall into relationships where they unknowingly hand over their identity, making their partner the center of their world. This aspect of Companion serves as a cautionary tale. Love should never come at the cost of self-identity. If a relationship erases who you are, is it really love? Fashion as a symbol of control, what you wear, what you are. One of the most visually striking aspects of Companion is how Iris's wardrobe reflects her journey from control to independent. At the beginning of the film, she is always dressed in pastel-colored, hyper-feminine outfits, clothing that wasn't her choice but was likely picked out by Josh. This subtle but powerful detail highlights a real-world issue. In many toxic relationships, one partner dictates how the other should dress, stripping away their autonomy. Clothes are more than fabric, they are a form of self-expression. When Josh recaptures Iris later in the film, he forces her back into her vintage dress style, symbolizing his attempt to reclaim control over her. But the film's final act flips this dynamic. In a pivotal scene, Iris stares at her burnt hand, now stripped of its human-like synthetic skin, revealing the machine beneath. It's a moment of acceptance. She understands she is a robot, but that doesn't mean she has to be a puppet. She reclaims her identity, her autonomy, and in the final moments, she ditches the pastel dresses and dons the leather jacket, a visual declaration that she is finally free to be herself. The real horror. Are we already in AI-driven relationships? While Companion takes the idea of AI relationships to an extreme, it raises an unsettling question. Are we already in relationships shaped by artificial intelligence? Think about it. Dating apps use AI algorithms to determine who we find attractive. Social media validates our emotions with likes and comments, creating artificial intimacy. AI companions, whether chatbots, virtual influencers, or even voice assistants, are already filling emotional voids for millions. The film warns us that technology doesn't just assist relationships, it can shape them, redefine them, and even control them. When real people become as programmable as Iris, when relationships become transactions rather than connections, what happens to the meaning of love? Companion doesn't just tell a sci-fi horror story, it holds up a mirror to reality. The film's message isn't just about the dangers of AI relationships, but about the dangers of any relationship where control masquerades as love. Iris's journey is one of self-liberation, and her story serves as a stark reminder. Real love isn't about ownership, dependency, or control, it's about freedom, choice, and identity. Because if your partner dictates who you are, what you wear, and how you think, are you really in love, or are you just another companion?